Hey, rejects. So I'm Greg.
I'm John.
How you doing? Listen, for a while now, since April 2017, JN Valente has been one of our top patrons ever. This was during the time we were trying to figure out what the hell we were even doing on Patreon and what consistent content to provide.
How do we have a top patron?
So he's been a huge supporter for such a long time. He barely asks for anything in return. But for the past couple months, one of the few things he's asked for is that we do a reaction to one of his favorite movies, the classic film Nosferatu, which is full of all kinds of audio levels.
Oh yeah,
so
it's a very loud movie.
And I've actually never seen it. You've seen it before a long time ago, right?
No, this is one of my favorite classic movies.
Okay,
I love
never mind.
It's been a long time since I have watched it.
I was gonna try to make this seem like, oh, it's fresh for you.
I mean, I've never. What is this? What's a Nosferatu?
Damn.
Speak English, goddammit.
We have to rehearse lies.
Who knows?
I don't know how often John watches Nosferatu.
It's been a good amount of time.
Anyway, so we're gonna watch this. It'll probably turn into like a commentary track.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's. I know sometimes we do reactions, but I think for the watch-alongs we tend to talk more, as opposed to like a trailer where we're.
Well, it's long form. I feel like you got to mystery science it a little bit.
I don't know how anyone else does
justify your presence on camera.
Anyway, we're also gonna do this for the webcam because it's a movie and this camera does cut. It would just make it hard to sync, but there'll be a timer at the bottom for you guys to watch along. Yeah. So you might hear me count out loud, so I know where to sync it.
And to keep the file size manageable.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, let's do it. All right, guys, we're making it darker because it's a movie.
It's spookums.
Let's get to it. All right, guys, watch it from Amazon. Hour 20 minutes coming your way.
Boom.
This
is our second movie watch along. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Uno, dos, tres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11.
Yeah, so
12,
don't distribute this
13,
movie unlawfully.
14, 15. Here we go. Should be synced.
Fingers crossed.
F. Gary Gray directed this.
Yeah, this is his first movie. F. Gary Gray is a lot older than he looks.
I'm about to tell you guys something. I have never seen a silent film.
Oh, this will be fun.
Not even The Artist.
I feel like this is, don't quote me, but this might be a good one to jump in on. Have you ever seen Shadow of the Vampire?
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
There's a lot of dialogue in it.
Yeah. But that movie is actually about the making of this movie.
Yeah. Where they explore if Max Schreck is a real vampire.
And that's all true.
I didn't know he's called Count Dracula.
Yeah, I think it changes depending on which print you get, because I think some of them have him called Count Orlok or something like that.
So this is the actual OG Dracula.
Yeah, I think they ran into legal trouble or something with the estate of Bram Stoker being like, "This is Dracula.
Yeah,
you guys made Dracula." Or I may have my facts all wrong, but that's how I remember it.
I mean, if he's called Count Dracula and it's a similar setup, I'd imagine that they probably ran to a legal lawsuit.
Yeah.
From the diary of Johann Cavelius, able historian of the native city of Bremen, Nosferatu. That name alone can chill the blood. Nosferatu was he who brought the plague to Bremen in 1838.
Ooh.
Venom!
Let the devil in! Oh, I wish Eminem would release just a concept album of all horror characters.
I've long sought the causes of that terrible epidemic and found its origins and its climax. The innocent figures.
Climax.
Innocent.
It's good. See what you did there. Wow. I forgot how old this movie is.
Wow, there's a look into history here.
Well, it's really weird to watch it in a completely digital setting.
Kitty.
Aw.
cats having evolved. So this is visual storytelling. I want this all explained to me. Okay. Hello. There's Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
I mean, there's definitely a little bit of that Man Who Laughs in there, which is actually a classic I've never seen.
My own.
Those look really nice for him, just like yanking them out of the bush.
Now you will blow me. Okay. Meanwhile, if I could watch silent movies with this much commentary, I think I'd have a good time. Well, yeah, man, you can't escape destiny by running.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's an imposing statement to make on some random dude on the street.
This guy.
He's gonna die. The agent Renfield was a strange man, and there were unpleasant rumors about him. The old man was Agent Renfield?
I believe so, yeah. And that's a definite Dracula character.
Damn, I didn't know Ed Asner was in this. He's looked the same for so many years.
He's one of those dudes who's just born old. Like Abe Vigoda.
Is this Renfield?
I think so.
Was this what porn looked like back then?
Yes, describe her legs in greater detail.
He's not strange. He was just the first porn addict.
Yeah.
Being trapped alone in that room.
Cursed to be born
porn
the
all
wrong
day.
time. Here is an important letter from Transylvania. Count Dracula wishes to buy a house in our city. Oh, that's bad. There goes the neighborhood. It's a good opportunity for you, Harker. The Count is rich and free with his money.
Free with his money?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Making it rain.
Ah, that's a Dracula. That's the modern day Dracula we deserve.
Yeah. You will have a marvelous journey. And young as you are, what matter if it costs you some pain or even a little blood?
Oh!
That's not foreshadowing.
Do they know he's a vampire?
Of course.
If this was a modern day silent film, they would have underlined that word blood and put it in red.
Yeah.
We have a business plan. He's looking right at the camera. Well, it's kind of easy to get lost in this.
Mm-hmm. It's hypnotic in its own way.
Yeah. It's like I'm watching a documentary.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, too, is like everything is so hyper tangible, like you know nothing's been replaced.
The house facing yours, that shit's you. Is this guy working for Dracula?
I'm starting to think, yeah. See, that's the thing, is it's been a little while since I've caught the fire. Leave at once, my young friend, and don't be frightened if people speak of Transylvania as the land of phantoms. Oh, Billy Zane's out there.
Dude, he totally knows who Dracula is. All right. I'm moving out.
Ain't nothing bad gonna happen today.
Woman, we're moving for a vampire. More money.
I may be away for several months, Nina. Renfield is sending me to some lost corner of the Carpathians. Carpathians. Ah, stupid. I wonder how long it took for people to do their hair back then.
Wow. Must be awesome to just tell your woman that. I'm leaving for several months. Bye. And I'm super excited and not gonna miss you at all.
That's how all traveling was back then. It's just like, I'll see you eventually. Bye.
I don't care. Maybe I'll catch you later.
This is just a fact of life for us. Yeah, bring that passport. Oh, his passionate lover.
Oh, maybe one before the road. Hako left Nino with his good friends. West End Right and his wife Lucy. Just no one would expect that accent.
I'm not supposed to enjoy it when you do that. But it does tickle me when you do that.
That was just my Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
No one's Chinese in this movie.
Vampire. Don't worry, Nina. Nothing bad will happen to me. Nothing will happen. Not
Whoa,
bad.
dude, what are you, fucking
Sorry.
Chris Tucker here?
Yeah.
All the damn improv you do?
Damn, they love each other.
Wow. I like how he consistently kisses her.
Yeah, man. Woman.
Did they intentionally make the picture all jumpy?
No, I think that's just how.
That's just the quality.
It's just early cameras being early cameras. From relay to relay, through the dust raised by the stages, Harker hurried on. Ew.
Wow. Where'd they film this?
Louisiana.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Great tax breaks, even back then. I just love when people just throw stuff off stagecoaches.
Wait, why is he leaving? He's trying to sell it to Count Dracula?
I guess so, yeah. He's like, come spend your money here.
That's a lot to ask.
Yeah. He's a flunky for old Renfield's creepy plan. This guy doesn't do anything half-assed.
He's also the most... Dinner quickly!
I should all be ready to be Count Dracula's castle!
The transition from that level of enthusiasm and laughter to just imperative statement. It's not matched.
There's no time to waste!
Dinner quickly! I should already be.
I'm having a great time, but seriously, you guys.
I shouldn't be here.
That guy's mustache.
You have no facial hair. Who are you?
I don't trust people like you around these parts. You must not leave now. The evil spirits become all powerful after dark. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks for the advice.
Ooh, hyena.
Were they given actual dialogue to say back then, or are they just moving?
You know, that's a great question. I bet a lip reader.
He could just be like, pussy, 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 pussy.
I ate. I mean, if...
Yeah, pussy. I will hurry on now.
If at least Shadow of the Vampire is any indication, like there are a couple scenes in that movie where they're rolling,
Yeah.
and Shrek is saying like other stuff. So it's totally possible, I would imagine.
Well, if there was a video that was appropriate, it's this one, Todd. Came for the right video today.
Oh, little buddy. Wonder if they're the ASPCA on set for this.
Aww.
Wonder how they, you know, came up with this organ score. They're just like, hey man, just sit down and play for 70 minutes. Just make it up. Just make it sinister.
Just like jazz.
Yeah.
Candles so I can see myself masturbate.
So much brighter in here.
So much to read.
Gonna...
I love reading. The Book of the Vampires. Perfect. That I brought my fictional novel with me before I met Count Dracula, just so I could think about other things in the meantime, before I meet this human.
Take my mind off business.
That's the first Nosferatu?
Nosferatu.
That's a thing? Another word for vampire?
I should be able to break that name down.
Nos is a type of thing you put in a car.
Okay.
Fur is a type of animal. The animal skin thing. Ought is a thing you should be doing. Ooh.
Okay. It's like an intriguing sound.
Mm-hmm.
So you should be intrigued when you see a super fast-moving hairy thing.
Which is not Nosferatu.
No.
So literally they should have given him a different name.
Oh, well, maybe he flies really fast. Like,
the morning!
I love the sunlight!
Yeah! I love looking outside.
It's my favorite part of being alive. Who's gonna run with wild horses?
I don't miss women. Wait, is that him?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no.
That's not.
No, it's just another guy who looks like him.
Oh, God.
That could be me.
You know, acting back then just seemed so much easier. I might have upset someone by saying that.
Hey, man. You gotta upset a few people to learn if you're doing it right.
I just think I could do this guy's job.
All right, let's go back and reshoot these scenes and just, like, insert you in. Damn, they even closed the iris all the way.
Man, you gotta remake this in color with dialogue. You know, everything that makes this not special. Yeah. But the same shots.
Who wants to hear a bunch of people talking? You can go outside and hear that.
Nosferatu. Because it's a movie, I will smoke my e-cigarette from time to time, guys. I'm blow it only directly into the camera.
I mean, that would actually probably make it spookier. I've always dreamt of having some kind of haunted house where the fog machines are just vape bros. It's like dudes sitting on...
It passes really fast.
Hurry! The sun will soon be setting, as you can tell by this very dark title card.
I don't know this other emotion. I'm uncomfortable.
I'm not happy.
I'm not full of radiant joy. Man, there's a lot of buildup.
Yeah. This is a real-time journey.
We will go no further, sir. Not for a fortune. God,
Oh, yeah.
all the cliches come from this story.
Yeah.
Real original Nosferatu.
Get a new idea.
Seen plenty of other movies do the whole, we won't get paid to go further.
It's above my pay grade.
The Land of Phantoms.
Ah.
I'm okay to walk on foot.
I've seen The Phantom. But yeah, it is kind of fascinating to think, like,
All the
we
tropes.
have done this trope literally thousands of times.
Guy goes to a town.
Yeah.
For some reason, a bunch of people live in a town that no one should be living in, apparently.
Yeah. Oh,
Where are these quotes coming from? Who's saying these?
God. Oh! That's from this movie. All right.
What?
That establishing shot of the tower there, I've seen that as a GIF a million times online. For whatever reason. Ooh.
They sped that up. Ew, is that him?
Hey.
No. Just another creepy looking dude. He can't be out in the sun.
Yeah. Although he's very covered up. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, God. Never traveled this fast in my life. Whoa. Was that a inverted shot? Climate.
Is that a real thing? I thought that was a drawing.
You never know.
Damn, even the horses are covered.
Yeah. Ugh.
What are these people he has working for him?
Children of the night.
Is it daytime right now or nighttime?
I
said the sun would go down.
Yeah. I feel like there's still some sun, but I could be wrong. See, some old movies will do something where they will like tint the film so you can tell like nighttime will be blue.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it makes sense that these guys are out in the night.
yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah. You're late, young man. It is almost midnight. Okay, it's very much nighttime. My servants have all retired.
I was wildly confused for a second. I'm like, it's broad daylight. What are they doing out here?
Yeah, day for night is not a technique that had been perfected at this time.
They're like, it's black and white. No one can tell.
We just got to make sure you can see this stuff, okay?
Oh, wow. He's creepy.
Yeah.
Who played him? Max Schreck?
Max Schreck.
Is this the only role he's done?
That's a good question.
Wow, that's a very rude way to cut that. He is so hot.
Dear God.
Oh, God. Was I thinking about that gay stuff again? I shouldn't do that in this time period. I'll get in a lot of trouble. Oh, no.
Yeah, maybe that's why he always kisses her that same big showy way.
Yeah.
See, I like this.
I'm not gay.
I'm acceptable for these times.
Blood, your play. Or blood, your precious blood. but I just got here. There's no build up to this. I just sat down.
I'm just gonna go upstairs and sleep.
But he has a girlfriend. He's not bleeding anymore.
You can't let him be sucking on his finger. Let us chat together a moment, my friend. There are still several hours until dawn, and I have the whole day to sleep. See, I wonder where vampire lore would have been at the time that this took place, because now you can't be like, stupid, you should know, you know?
Yeah.
As the sun rose, Harker felt himself freed from the oppressions of the night.
He's dead.
The
The end.
And he was wrong to feel that way.
He let him live?
For now.
Nos for now.
Nosferatu.
Ugh. Hey, Todd. Oh, you're over there.
Aw.
Hey, Todd.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
I forgot how much I love the morning.
This really is the best time to be alive.
Go to gym, drive to work. Listen to a podcast on the way.
My brain is so trained. Anytime I see somebody looking at like a square palm-shaped thing, I'm like, phone?
I guess you could tell it's daytime by how much wider his clothes are.
Yeah.
Wow, they're just feasting all the time. Is Nosferatu cooking?
Yeah, he's a chef. That's why he wears that hat.
Chef-Feratu.
Chef-Feratu. It's like the Halloween version of Chef Boyardee.
I've had this food in my fridge for 100 years.
It's amazing what freezing things can do.
I think only the wine is okay to drink.
Yeah, only the things that get better with age.
You know, before I went to bed, I was thinking, I should get the fuck out of here. But the morning is beautiful. Really should change.
I only brought one pair of clothes. Nina, my beloved, don't be unhappy. Though I am far away, I love you. This is a strange country. Amazing. Well, letter's done.
I get if the text that pops up on the screen is small, is like brief. Oh, never mind.
After my first night in this castle, I found 2 large bites on my neck. From mosquitoes? From spiders? I don't know.
Why didn't they remake this into a comedy?
You could, bro. Pretty easily.
This overly optimistic protagonist.
I have had some frightful dreams, but they were only dreams. You mustn't worry about me. Ain't nothing bad going to happen today. I feel like, yeah, if you just put like a wacky soundtrack, this would be a comedy.
Just this idea of like John C. Reilly playing this guy.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he's just so positive and optimistic no matter what.
Now that's a broad comedy I would actually like to see happen. If I could get a Nosferatu with John C. Reilly.
I was almost attacked after I cut myself on my thumb.
This is all very
Woke up
suspicious.
with 2 bites on my neck.
This is what the townspeople warned me about, but it's okay. I'm gonna be all right.
But don't worry about me, because I still love you.
Oh, it's dusk already? As twilight came on, the empty castle became alive with menacing shadows. I can't do this while you're watching me.
What's that?
I think it's a picture.
Mirror?
So I think it's a photo of Nina.
Dude, you landed that? Oh, shit.
Is this your wife? What a lovely throat.
Do you want to stick your dick down my wife's throat?
That is the vampire equivalent of like, I didn't know you had it in you. That old mansion seems quite satisfactory. We shall be neighbors. I think actually that is in Shadow of the Vampire, I think they cover this scene and he says like, she has a nice bosom or something like that. Which could be fabricated, but whoa! Did it shift?
This is how men masturbated back in those movies.
Just thinking a lot about love and feeling euphoric.
Nosferatu drinks the blood of the young, the blood necessary to his own existence. Huh! What a funny book!
I'm glad I brought some fiction to distract me during this business deal.
One can recognize the mark of the vampire, the trace of his fangs on the victim's throat. His throat wasn't bitten, though, right?
Oh, he said he had bites.
I thought it was on his neck.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Unless they were, like, a little bit more broad about what throat meant back then.
Maybe. Maybe it's just, like, anything adjacent to here.
Yeah. Like if they considered here, yeah.
You do. You never see a vampire bite just right here.
Yeah. Without his hat on, he looks really weird.
Put your hat back on. Never seen a bald person before.
It's got to be a remake, just made into a low budget remake.
Ooh.
Shit, he's still coming. Up, down.
He can't see me under here.
He's still coming. Admittedly, that is still very creepy.
Knock, knock, let the devil in. Yeah, no, like Nosferatu himself is chilling.
Yeah, he's very creepy.
Yeah. I feel like that's a big part of why this movie like holds up still is it does like
anyone could watch this movie. Just re-release it.
Yeah, go over on IMAX 3D. That same night in Bremen, in a somnambulistic dream.
Wow, people were required to be a lot smarter back then.
Yeah, somnambulist.
Never even heard that word.
That means sleepwalker. Because ambulatory things relate to motion and mobility.
Ambulatory?
Yeah. And comes from like is a sleep, like insomnia and stuff like that. Nina forever. Oh damn.
How'd she show up there?
The doctor, quickly.
Oh wait, is this her home?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you showed up at... Don't worry, Nina.
I still love you.
I could have ran away from Count Dracula many times.
I could have paid attention to this book I've been reading the whole time.
Why is he just letting it happen?
I think he's out.
He got so frightened.
Jonathan, hear me. I'm going to do this as slow as possible to give you every chance to wake up.
How'd this guy get so rich? What the hell? So I imagine this is what Dracula's actually supposed to look like in the book.
I'm curious, but maybe.
Not just some sexy motherfucker.
Suave dude. Dracula.
Where do they live? How do they just get a doctor there?
Well, they live in the city. The doctor laid Nina's trance to some unknown disease. Since then I have learned that she has sensed the menace of Nosferatu that very night, and Harker, far away, had heard her cry of warning.
So we should do our subtitles and text.
Yeah.
Just put half the words on the side of the script.
Cut them off. Make people think a little bit.
I really should change. You can
Day 3.
You can tell what his character arc is by how he wakes up.
Yeah, serious. I'm not as happy today.
My morning.
A door.
You know, your first warning sign should have been
Everything.
when he tried to kill you. What?
Yeah.
Started bleeding a little bit.
Anytime anybody says your precious blood,
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Talks about your wife's throat. I mean, whenever people talk about my girlfriend's throat, I'm just like, she does have a nice throat. Appreciate that.
I'm glad you noticed something as specific as that.
I wonder what you think about her throat. What you're doing with it, but all right, yeah. I like throats.
I wonder if Nosferatu has like vampire friends who he goes back to. He's like, I said the whole throat thing and you didn't even notice.
Oh shit!
What's up, little two?
You guys are something else right now.
I'll allow it.
Since all the lights aren't.
Everything cats do is amusing.
Maybe because the lights aren't on. They're like, this is just you guys are just chilling now, right?
You done with your cameo? Whoa.
Now, are we supposed to take that as it's being sped up, or are we supposed to take that as he's moving that quickly?
I've taken it as he's moving that quickly and doing disembodied things.
He's moving that quickly?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I feel like that's a part of vampire lore in general, is they can move like unnaturally fast. And this was probably the best way they knew how to do that. So hey, Twilight got one thing canon.
Oh, when he like moves, like saves about 2 seconds by opening the door for Bella.
Yeah, exactly. I've seldom seen one of those like super fast running effects be really good.
Yeah.
Not to show them, obvious limitations, but like these days at least.
Okay, so he's trying to get away. Now, if he's following the Save the Cat screenwriting book, we're at the midpoint of this.
Fun and games.
The men little suspected what terrible cargo they were carrying down the valley. Oh, is he trying to get to Nina?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's what closed the deal. Is he saw Nina's picture. He's like, yeah, I'll move in.
This is visual storytelling. Some peasants brought him here last evening. He still has a high fever. Copper. Knock it off.
Coffins. Coffins filled with earth.
People spoken too much poetry back then. This is how you get ahead in America. You talk direct,
Cut
okay?
to the point.
Yeah.
I get it. You've read a lot.
Yeah.
You're literate at this time in history.
I don't know what coffins filled with earth means.
You want to get to the point there, bud?
The fuck are you so scared of?
That just sounds like a good way to transport a lot of
Sounds
dirt.
like, yeah, all right. You got a lot of dirt in your coffin. That's perfectly common, I imagine.
You gotta probably cover a coffin with dirt. That's how they work. I've actually always found that to be a pretty cool part of vampire lore. That sort of like if you get earth, then you can transport them, Because I think there's, some kind of trope about how vampires can't leave land.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Or yeah, there's something to the dirt thing where it's like, yeah, in order to travel, they gotta have earth with them somehow.
Was this like our first introduction into a vampire?
Not in folklore, but maybe in the cinema.
In cinema.
Yeah, I feel like it might be. There may be like a short or something that would have preceded this, but Nosferatu was en route, and with him, disaster approached Bremen. At the same time, Dr. Van Helsing, played by Hugh Jackman, was giving a course on the secrets of nature and their strange correspondences to human life.
Dr. Van Helsing?
Yeah.
Helsing?
The professor told his students about the existence of a carnivorous plant.
Whenever I see Van Helsing show up in something, I always expect him to be an action hero because that was my introduction, was the Hugh Jackman movie. But every time I see him in something else, he's just a doctor.
He's just like an old dude with like a big beard.
Yeah,
or like one of those crazy mustaches.
I'm like, yeah, honestly, the Hugh Jackman version's a little cooler.
I really
Not
wish
as smart.
It worked. I still think that's a decent idea. That's a movie I would like to see a reboot.
Where he's a supernatural hunter.
Yeah. I feel like that could have worked in a better movie. Astonishing, isn't it, gentlemen? The plant is the vampire of the vegetable kingdom. Nosferatu held Renfield under his influence from afar. Ooh. Nos drunk. Whoa.
Charlie Chaplin.
Patient who was brought in yesterday has gone out of his mind.
Is that the same doctor who was with Nina?
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been,
yeah.
That's the thing about these old movies, you gotta really pay attention to everyone's face. Especially with all those beards floating around.
Score.
No. Blood. Blood.
What?
Standing over there mean mugging.
Dude, Danny DeVito has really stood the test of time, hasn't he?
Amazing how many actors got their start in this movie.
All playing this one guy.
Whoa. Now it is a silent movie.
Let's check this out.
And now, gentlemen, here's another type of vampire. A polyp with claws. Ew.
The first movie to use CGI was Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Transparent without substance. Almost. A phantom. Coincidence?
Hey, I'm smart.
I'm
smart.
Look.
A spider. Spiders. Spiders.
This is Spider. He's replacing you. Let's measure you. Nina was often seen alone among the dude. What the flip was Grandma doing at the sand dunes? Watching and waiting for her husband's return.
You know what we need? Some dunes.
Dunes, yeah.
If we have more dunes, I might know what a dune is. I've heard that word many a time.
You know, it's that...
I always thought it was a sci-fi word.
Yeah, it's that movie that David Lynch directed that wasn't a great adaptation of that sort of material.
Thought Dune was a thing. Didn't realize it was an actual thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Platinum Dunes. Or the now defunct Rat Pack Dune. Are these like people buried by the sea? These crosses?
I have had some frightful dreams, but they were only dreams. You mustn't worry about me. Oh, good. This information is very accurate and probably hasn't reflected the last couple days since he actually wrote this letter.
Oh damn. Did he just write like a few sentences on one sheet of paper and then just be like, all right, next sheet?
Yeah.
I don't want to fill this up too much.
In case the ink leaked.
There you go.
Everyone seemed to have longer hair back then.
Mm-hmm.
Is he becoming a vampire?
Yeah, I think yeah, he's either becoming a vampire or going mad. But I think because of the bite, I believe he's becoming a vampire. I feel like sometimes I get details of this movie mixed up with details from Dracula. Because Renfield is kind of a different character in Dracula.
Okay, so Nosferatu's not his name. That's
No.
just the type of vampire.
Yeah.
Sail! Dude, you're gonna die.
You're in the jungle, baby. Oh, yeah, get all that dust up.
Officer, sweep!
Don't you have the cleanest cell possible? We treat our prisoners right.
Turn your back towards the prisoner. And sweep.
Uh-oh. Knock, knock, let the devil in. The Black Sea.
I like this because whenever text comes up on screen, I never worry if I'm gonna have enough time to read it. Nowadays, every movie, I'm just like,
Oh, God.
I get so focused on having to read it that I'll sometimes miss what I read.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm so focused on. Just better,
Am I going to have enough time to read it?
Better read this before it fades away.
I haven't read it at all. This makes me want to make a silent... I've made a silent movie once, and it was a lot of fun. And this makes me want to do that again.
I bet making a silent movie sounds like it would be the easiest thing in the world, and then you actually do it, and you're like, "This is a lot more challenging than I thought."
In ways, yeah. In some ways, yes, and in some ways, like, there's so many fun... If you want to get, like, wacky with it, you know, it's easy to do that. That is a pair of sideburns. Aboard the Demeter, first one man was stricken, then all.
What? Dude, the original Logan's in this movie.
Hey, he's been alive a long time, you know? Still got the bone claws, probably. This is just the
That was
Morbius
the Van
origin
Helsing.
story.
Van Helsing we essentially got was Wolverine.
Oh, yeah. Just with a, like, swirly knife thing instead of claws. Bub.
Oh, this guy does not know how to deal with being a vampire. Must have been so uncomfortable to travel by sea back then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I bet. Like, after a certain... Ooh. Oh, I forgot about that.
The director of this film was like, dude, you gotta check out this iMovie effect. What's iMovie? Don't
Don't
ask
just
any
watch.
more questions.
Behold.
It's an editing program on my computer. What's a computer?
He's a witch! One evening at sundown, the captain and his first mate buried the last man of the crew. Hey, props to that guy, though, for sticking it out. It's your best crewman right there. Except the first mate.
Yeah, he's Catholic. I thought Jesus was born in 1945.
This predates him by a whole, 10 years.
Yeah, wow. Crazy.
12 years or something. Was this 33? I should know. I'm going below. I want to have a look in the hold.
Why does your voice always become Tenya?
I have no idea. My old-timey voice is in that register.
Academia character.
Alright, I'm going to read all the characters as Bakugo now. I'm just going to pick different characters from different shows.
Nina, you bastard!
Die! My feelings for you haven't changed!
Oh.
Plague rats.
Oh, man.
Rats!
All these rats were harmed in the making of this film.
No. You gotta aim at the hole where the rats are coming out. Ooh, I forgot about his fingers.
Whoa, effects.
Yeah.
Why would that be your first resort? Dude, he is really actually creepy. Like, every time he shows up on screen, it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, shit, you're legit creepy.
Yeah.
There's something, I don't know the word for it, that's it's just like, just strikes you right in the heart. It's terrifying every time he shows up.
There's something like uncanny and otherworldly about him. And too, because it is an old silent movie, so everything is to a degree pretty real.
It's nighttime.
Yeah, it must be. It's just a bright night.
It's just a very bright sky for the evening. I never know what time of day it is until I see him step outside.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's nighttime now.
Early test screenings, that was the main note they got. F.W. Murnau. Despite all sorts of obstacles, Harker pushed on towards Bremen. Meanwhile, driven by fatal breath of the vampire, the vessel moved rapidly towards the Baltic bastards.
Wait, are they on the same boat?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I think. I feel like Nosferatu just got Orlok just got a head start. He put himself on the boat first. The ship, I should say, not a boat.
Wish every time they cut back to Nina, she was just like, I got an itch.
But yeah, no, I bet the early, feedback cards at the test screening, Murnau sitting there being like, look, we've only been making these for 10 years now.
Yeah.
Okay? We'll figure out nighttime later.
Lucky we could even have them moving in front of us.
You want to go back to a Nickelodeon or something? You're welcome to go stare at a zoetrope for a while.
It's a great view from the window.
Yeah, see Russia from my house.
Oh, wow, I could just see the copper.
Copper, don't you even think about it.
Copper.
Dog. Oh, you just walked right in.
Hey, Copper.
You just walked your eye right into my finger. Aw.
Trees. Thought she was taking a selfie. Anytime this movement is out there.
He's coming. I must go to meet him. Yes.
So what, he has mind control abilities too? Some type of psychic connection he can make as well?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe if he just fixates on you.
He can glare from far away?
I guess. He's been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
When he meets up with the other vampires, he's like, check it out. I glamored this chick from 500 miles away.
When you're forever, you can pick up a few tricks.
Your skills only get better over time.
When you're forever years old.
climb that wall.
Oh god, I would love it if he broke out.
Huh.
Just that easily.
All I had to do was climb over this
stool.
Yeah. Climb out the window that has no bars on it. We paid a lot for this ship. We're going to show every frame. The master is coming. The master is here. This guy is definitely like a...
Looks like he's coming too, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I says, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Messing up the time code here. Let's get this back on track.
Just broke the fourth wall there.
Yeah.
Come back here, you.
Copper.
It's his eyes, too. His eyes look so white.
And his fingernails.
Yeah. And his messed up teeth.
Dude, this cop is
Whoa.
terrible. He keeps turning his back to him. You're setting yourself up to get attacked by a prisoner if you do that, man.
What's this? Whoa.
I have long tried to understand when Nosferatu traveled with the earth-filled coffins, recently discovered that to preserve the diabolic power, vampires will sleep into the day in the same unhallowed ground in which they have been buried. I have long tried to understand when Nosferatu traveled with the earth-filled coffins, recently discovered that to preserve their diabolic power, vampires must sleep during the day in the same unhallowed ground in which they have been buried.
That was good. That was almost like Midoriya taking notes.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
Nosferatu has to sleep, basically.
Yeah. I'm not going to be awake for this whole journey. Are you kidding me?
It's nighttime.
Yeah. This isn't conspicuous at all.
Damn, he's also strong.
Yeah.
You guys ever tried carrying a coffin?
Full of dirt.
I mean, I imagine they were a lot cheaper back then.
Huh.
Yeah, he's not even like holding it, like he's just like on the side.
Rats.
Different kind of music.
Oh yeah, you're right. Strings.
Sure you could outrun him.
God damn it.
It's broad daylight at 10 p.m. You can see pretty well.
I really shouldn't have used all my really fast disembodied moving skills to get on the boat. Why that?
You're safe.
For now. Oh god. Why do they live so far from the dock? That map did not make it look this far away.
Really should have read it. Called an Uber or something. It is so.
Carriage.
So fucking far.
I hope they gave him the same speech when they got to the harbor. They're like, we won't take you any further than this.
If we bring you, we got no spot for that coffin. What's in the coffin? Dirt.
Dirt.
Lot of dirt.
Jonathan, thank God you're safe. Now I feel that I too have been saved.
It's another movie about a weak woman needing to be dependent on a man to feel safe.
You know
God,
what?
cinema never changes.
Yeah, man. Way to be progressive.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah, this movie's not passing the Bechdel test.
God, I should have gotten this fucking boat a long time ago.
Rides a boat like a skateboard. That is pretty badass. Just like floating, holding a coffin under your arm.
Yeah.
What? Just anybody who walks by. What?
Put the coffin down.
Yeah, you're moving. Either way. Ooh, forgot about that. Those are, especially for them, those are pretty impressive.
You could have gotten them earlier if you just put the coffin down. Handle business. Oh, it is right on the throat.
Damn. Do the jugular veins maybe run further inward?
Yeah, I think this guy's dead.
I don't think so. His pockets are still full. Let's take off his suspenders. You should never die with your pants on. Couldn't find a single living soul on board. A lot of dead bodies, though. A whole lot of dead bodies.
All right, let's move on.
Hey, sometimes that happens on the high
Let's
sea.
find another boat.
Sailing for weeks and months on end. Oof. Cheapest special effect there is.
What?
A dead body. All you need is the power of suggestion. Hey, this book has it all.
Ship's log.
Varma to Bremen. Oh, the Dardanelles. To the mountains of Peru. Interesting.
Doesn't say why he's dead. If you gotta write that down.
But this does sound like boat activity.
My back's kind of hurting. That's why I'm fidgeting a lot.
Oh.
I've been sitting in this chair for many hours today already.
I wonder if it's hot or cold. Whenever I see old time people, I'm like, all those layers, man. And you know that's not breathable stuff. It's a shame we don't wear cloaks anymore.
Rounded cape of an Instagram.
That's exactly what I thought.
One of my men, the strongest, is sick. Crew is restless, uneasy. Mate reportedly stowaway, hiding below docks. We'll investigate.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't sound like porn to me. Past
Gibraltar.
Panic on board. 3 men dead already. Mate out of his mind. Rats in the hold. I fear the plague.
Hoo-hoo.
Wow. What do you guys think's gonna happen next?
Knock, knock, what the devil is.
They must have been very slow readers back then.
Let me read all 2 of those sentences for myself.
The plague is here. There's holes in their throats.
The plague is here.
Gushing blood. It's the plague.
Precious blood.
Ring around the rose. Is that just rosies?
Ring around the rosy, yeah.
Pockets full of what?
Posy.
Ashes, ashes.
We all fall down.
Sick song, isn't it?
Yeah, dude.
It's a disturbing song when you think about it.
Wait till you hear the remix.
I meant it's disturbing because of what it's about.
Yeah. There are a lot of, like, things from childhood that are cute, and then you hear the origin, and you're like, ooh.
Notice. Look at me. To halt the spread of the plague, the burgomaster of Bremen forbids the citizens of the city to bring their sick to the... Well, we're just missing out on a whole plot point here. I don't think we're going to get that word. Hospitals. Let's loom on this for 30 more seconds.
Did you get that?
I think we can move on. No, keep it on there a little longer.
I like to think that that's what Murnau was the most anal about in the editing room. Just like, no, I must have longer titles.
Look, I gotta pass this message out everywhere about the plague, but I'm not gonna protect myself.
Now let's rock.
I'm gonna hit this drum without wearing a mask.
This'll keep the plague away.
That's just what they believed back then, man.
Yeah. Pestilence.
Because Moses dealt with a plague, too.
Yeah. And so did Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. A whole bunch of them. It's even more impressive. I can't draw a cross on your window, I'm sorry. That's not how chalk works.
Is this what the movie's about now? This is about the plague?
Oh, don't do that. Make him carry it himself.
I feel like we switched movies.
Kinda, yeah.
It seems like it turned into people finding dead bodies on a boat. Now they think the plague's here, and it's about them dealing with the plague. You
never opened the Book of the Vampires.
Then why'd you keep the Book of the Vampires around?
Now it's gonna become Evil Dead.
Why'd you keep the Book of the Vampires around?
I feel like this is a... The plague thing is like a logical mislead.
Whoever plays Nina looks like a man.
Hey, man. For the time, smoking.
Dude, this girl back then? Fucking hot. Guys, there's 14 minutes left of this movie. Knowing credits for silent films, it's like the last 10 minutes are probably credits, right? They're not just a minute long.
Because this movie just starts, right? So I'm trying to think, because, yeah, you trace, like, only a woman can break his frightful spell. A vampire wrote this book, that's why. A woman pure in heart, who will offer her blood freely to Nosferatu. And...
But I'm a woman that looks like a man. Is my blood good enough, or do I have too much man DNA?
Oh, she'll keep the vampire by her side until after the cock has crowed. That's that old time porno you were talking about.
Oh, these Nosferatuns are pigs.
I know how we will get more ladies. We will put this in the book.
If they want our cock to go away, they gotta get married to us.
Crow.
They gotta give us their blood.
Look, every night, in front of me.
What?
Oh God, there are buildings out there.
He's not there.
Damn it. Ooh. Okay, this is a night shot.
Yeah. This chair is the first time it's made clear that it's nighttime, just from the actual imagery.
Yeah.
Good lamp. Good lamp. Good lamp. There's not much to do around here. Technology hasn't been invented yet.
Life's pretty simple.
Yep. Just stay in this town. All right.
The townspeople, the titles are in nighttime. Townspeople lived in mortal terror. Who was sick or dying? Who will be stricken tomorrow? Disease of the future. Hey, it's David Thewlis.
That is the same guy?
It's David Thewlis from Wonder Woman.
No. Is that yeah, that's known. I love that Jeff Bridges from Iron Man.
Yeah. Hey, David Thewlis has been in a lot of movies, alright? I'm one of like the 8 people who knows that guy's name. When there's gonna be a Schmodown question about my man Thewlis?
I know David Thewlis. I learned his name when I found out he was playing Ares in Iron Man.
I found out he wasn't a pedophile.
Really does look like a pedophile.
He does. He's an odd-looking guy. Yeah.
Although there's
That's a good image.
a guy in my girlfriend's building who is on one of those sexual assault sites, sex offender sites.
Oh boy.
And he's like massive. He looks like Jason Momoa.
What was his offense?
Underage porn.
For reals?
Yeah.
Damn. That.
But
That is
I don't know, he's a registered sex offender now. Only a woman can break his frightful spell. A woman pure in heart will offer her. All right, even though the audience has already read this, let's keep it on the screen for 35 more seconds.
This is important.
The future will call this exposition.
This is where visual storytelling has its shortcomings. The delivery of nuanced concepts.
Oh shit, I think I understand what that means.
I just had to read it a few more times.
Damn.
They saw him escape. He strangled his keeper. Now, they're both talking about a man, so.
Can you describe this man? He had giant, long-ass fucking fingers. His eyes never closed. They were always wide fucking open, man.
You can't miss him. He doesn't look like an actual man.
Yeah.
Hey! Oh.
Oh, I think they're talking about the prisoner. Reinfeldt?
Yeah. Ed Asner.
No, man. Abe Lakota.
Abe Vigoda. The great grandpappy of the both of them. He's got a little pot belly.
Are they all after him?
I guess.
They blame the plague on him, or do they think he's Dracula?
Oh, maybe.
Is this nighttime?
That's a great question. He looks like Mr. Toad. A little bit.
Who's that?
You know, from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and whichever movie that comes from. The Wind in the Willows, I think. Go to Disneyland.
Dude, where's Jonathan and where's Shrek? This movie's become about the plague and her occasionally rereading the same paragraph from that vampire book.
No, it's his great mislead. I tripped over some ground.
I would love to take like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and just time travel and play it for the people.
This is the future.
Watch them like lose their fucking minds and have
This is what it will all become.
just like flip it out in the theaters.
What is all
really dying? It's witchcraft.
Yeah. Because not only would it be like a super modern movie with talking, but it would be like, what is everything on screen?
Yeah.
I'm only familiar with roads, trees, and people. The plague. Taking all my credit.
Oh no.
I says, bitch.
Damn. You gotta admit though, man, when Dracula has a goal in mind, he keeps his eye on the target. You could learn a lot about success from Dracula.
Yeah, man, he's determined.
He's just like, all right, man, look, saw this girl's throat, and I had a decision right then and there. I'm gonna go find this girl, and I'm gonna bite her throat.
I'm gonna move land, literally, and sea to get to her.
You're so sweet to me, buddy. I just can't grow a beard.
That's its own struggle. Come on, damn it. Is that yes? Are we doing this?
Yeah.
You sure?
Go ahead.
All right, don't leave.
He's gonna do the window trick where he's acting like he's walking down some stairs. Max Shrek style. He's gonna do it in like 25 seconds.
Yeah. Whoa. The professor. Call the professor.
Van Helsing?
Yeah.
Paying attention.
Boom. Visual storytelling. With the occasional word to let you know. I'm always fascinated by that, how people were like, talkies will never catch on.
Dude. Why'd you let Jonathan leave you? Is she being manipulated? John, explain stuff to me.
She's like glamorized.
Since I put the camera back, how much more crooked have I made the...
Get the level out. Oh, it's the shot.
Ooh. Is that the famous shot?
That's the shadow going up the wall, yeah.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's one of the famous shots, yeah. That gets gift a lot.
It was a cool shot. I was more impressed with the other one for some reason.
Oh, yeah, well, because, like, his fingers are all...
Yeah.
And that is clever use of architecture.
Ooh, see, that's creepy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, I remember this scene from Shadow of the Vampire. Wow, you have to really look for that.
Yeah. I find those images really chilling. The ones that are like the contrast is high, and so you have to kind of let your eyes find things. Oh,
Dawn.
cock
I've been cock blocked.
blocked. I says, bitch.
Oh no.
Go back,
Master, beware. Sun's coming up right now. Jonathan took an awful long time to get the professor for his girlfriend.
Jonathan, it's your favorite time of day.
Should we let him escape? No.
I pull him down. Put him to bed. Oh, interesting.
Thousands of years alive, he never learned his lesson.
Hey, man. Oh.
Check out this effect of the Night movie.
Dude, bro. Chick's not worth it, man. The master is dead.
The master's dead.
Master's dead.
Now I die.
I was just holding out for him. Oh,
Man.
Jonathan?
What is it, my love? Sorry, it took me 6 hours.
Oh, I forgot my doctor tools. And at that moment, as if by a miracle, the sick no longer died, and the stifling shadow of the vampire vanished with the morning sun. Hey, that's where they got the movie name.
Morning sun.
Morning Sun, yeah. That song. I used to think that the day...
Oh, we're doing a marathon, guys. Let's watch The Ghoul next.
Yeah. All the classics.
Oh, wow.
No credits even.
No
See?
credits.
Back in the Dia, they
You
just
need
did a couple.
post-credit scenes, yo.
Set up the universe. Where's Frankenstein's monster? Like, that book existed.
We'll switch back to the regular cam to talk about this. All right, guys. Can't really talk for too long. Gotta go catch A Star Is Born. Well, what I can tell you is that this was a test of my patience. You gotta understand, I have never seen a silent movie before. And I feel a couple of feelings just in terms of that category. One, I feel like I'm smarter.
You're cultured now.
Yeah, because I started watching more classic films within the past year because my lady is very much into those. And then now I went back even earlier to the silent films. And I felt like it looks like I'm looking into a piece of history.
Yeah.
And obviously film history. And there's a lot to appreciate about the hard work it must take to keep an audience. I mean, I imagine back then it wasn't as difficult. Like, if you're doing this now, it would probably be a lot harder.
People back then are just like, it's a movie! What is this?
Yeah.
This is crazy!
Yeah. And
There are
like,
people over there, but they're not really here.
it is a cool lesson in, like, visual storytelling. I think that these are not the best of performances, obviously.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
acting has evolved so much since then.
Yeah. That's one earmark of silence, I feel like. And I'm sure that there are exceptions to the rule, but yeah, everything is very expressive.
Well, you got to be, though.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It was also really interesting to see how much of very popular horror movie tropes were evidently borrowed from this in so many capacities.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was really interesting. And this is totally Dracula, like, without a doubt. This is the Dracula story. Max Schreck, that's, if there's one thing that stands the test of time, it is all this stuff with Max Schreck when he's... It's called Nosferatu. He has the least screen time out of anyone in this film.
Sticking those horror movie principles.
Yeah. And he is just so well, like, it's so subtle that it seems like it's from a... Like, when I think about Shadow of the Vampire and how the story to that even came to be, like, the plot of the making of, but what if he was really that? I could see how someone's mind got there.
Yeah.
When I see this performance.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this doesn't even seem like an actor. This just seems like a thing they found.
Yeah. He feels very uncanny and, like some kind of feral creature, you know? He feels like he really does feel like a combination of a man and a bat.
Yeah, he feels real.
Yeah.
And...
even his crazy fingers.
I'm not well versed enough to properly break down into how a silent film performance is very effective. Everyone else was amusing. He was effective.
Had presence.
Yeah.
Like, he had so much presence, yeah.
And I even appreciated, like, You know, it seems like a lot of other horror movies beyond the plot tropes. Even like the shadow effects, the shadow of the vampire, even the shadow effects of him being in frame, and then like the claws coming up and everything. Like there was some really cool stuff that even to this day, I'm seeing it going, that's pretty cool and impressive that they figured it out for that time.
Oh yeah, especially with those superimpositions where he'll like show up and then fade out and stuff. Like for that time, like that's quite impressive.
Yeah, and you know, there's only a couple times, like it was towards the end where I had a harder time paying attention, but for most of it, I thought it was pretty simple to pay attention to, actually.
Yeah.
Like the beginning part was amusing. When he actually showed to the castle, I was really pulled in, and then the plague stuff was kind of throwing me off. I was like, this doesn't really fit for me. In terms of the rest of the movie, I'm sure the right thing to say is everything's perfect about this film.
Oh no.
But that's just not how I feel about that moment. And now I was like, it seemed like it just got so sidetracked into this other story.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it makes a lot of logical sense for the people to jump to that conclusion and freak out, but it becomes like focus. A detour, for so and much time.
Like, where's the fucking? I thought the vampire showed up to kill this girl. where's that plot?
Yeah, so it's like, you know, you got. It seems like the main plot almost takes a background while everybody figures out what to do about Renfield. You know?
Yeah. But John, why does this movie mean so much to you?
I mean, partly it is just one of those, you know, proto-horror films that the first time I saw it was probably even later on in life. And, like, you know, I grew up with at least a certain amount of classic cinema, and I'd seen a couple silents, but I'm no means an expert. But this is one of those movies where, even though parts of it are definitely dated for sure, it still holds up to me. And, yeah, just the count is so uncanny, and to this day is just so chilling. And I don't know, I just like the timbre of the story. It's like even watching him get out into, you know, the countryside, into the Phantom Land and all that. Like, I think it has a lot of atmosphere. And two, it's like you look at a movie this old, it's like, yeah, everything, you know, sets and paintings and, you know, whatever else, but it's all very tangible, you know, and yeah, especially from, you know, like a historical standpoint.
That's what I meant by it looks hard to film, and that historical, like both things you're saying, because they had to really film all this stuff. And I'm sure for the time it's like, this might look like you could shoot this today, no problem. Like, shooting this today would be like student filmmakers would put this together.
Yeah.
But back then, I'm sure that it was a very. I saw Shadow of the Vampire whenever it first came out. I was a kid. I don't fucking remember that movie. You know, like I barely remember anything that goes on. Yeah, so I don't even. I mean, that's not even a true story. Like that plays on the myth that he was really a vampire. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm not going based off any of that. Like just thinking about what the times were like. It must have been difficult to assemble this film back then, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, especially, I mean, they have a number, you know, by those standards, they have a number of effects shots, so to speak. I mean, you have all the sped up moments, too, where he's, like, you know, making the coffin float and making doors open. And so I guess, like, things like that really endeared me to this movie, to see, like, those early, you know, techniques used and whatnot. And I really appreciate the way that they use the vampire lore, too. I just feel like it has just a ton of atmosphere. So, that, yeah, like, even though there are things that are a bit, you know, big and thus kind of humorous by today's standards, you know, I still think that, yeah, this movie just has like a quintessentially, especially like Halloween time, like horror film vibe.
You know what's crazy? Max Schreck is the name of Christopher Walken's character in Batman Returns, which is a made-up character for Batman Returns, and he became a rather memorable character in that specific Batman franchise. And then he went on to play Max Schreck, the vampire in Shadow of the Vampire.
No, it was Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe.
I was thinking Willem Dafoe because I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
But even still, I mean, like, and that's the thing is,
I saw Walken's face and I thought that was Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I've never actually seen Batman Returns, and that's one of the things that, or if I have, it's been a long time, I can't remember. But I've seen like snips. But that's one of the things where I'm like, I want to sit down and watch it because like I don't think it'll be like hugely referential, but I've always found it fascinating that Walken is Max Schreck.
That was a weird, confusing visual moment I had right there because I saw Christopher Walken and I was like, oh yeah, Max Schreck, Batman Returns, and I was like, that's crazy they played it. Yeah, my mind just like jammed their faces together.
Max Schreck, comic book Max Schreck.
Yeah, but there's an actual photo. I had to look it up for myself. I'm like, okay, yeah, Max Schreck's an actual actor. He's not just some like creepy dude they found.
Well, and that's the other thing too about just old film is there's so much noise that it makes things look kind of real because you're already staring through a lot of chaff.
Wow, that's fascinating. Birthday's 3 days after mine.
Dude, it's meant to be.
Yeah, totally.
Let's plan this out.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm proud of myself for watching a silent film. I feel like I read a book.
Yeah, you get a gold star.
Yeah. And JN, thanks for asking us to do this. I've never watched it, and I needed a good excuse, and hopefully this question comes up in the Schmodown. What's the guy's name who's a character? Max Schreck. What's the guy's name? Jonathan. What's the girl's name? Nina. Well, where's the last half movie about? The fucking plague.
Plague rats. Oh, those pesky.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like the kind of experience that will grow on me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the more I think about this film, because it's so different for my viewing experience. This is miles, like just so incredibly different that to watch an actual silent film is like, wow, this is like a whole different kind of film to me,
Yeah.
So it's a lot to absorb.
Well, yeah, because it's fascinating to look at the. You can see the evolution, like it's innately anthropological in a sense because you can just tell how much has changed, and you can kind of peer in and go, okay, how would they have done this at the time? How would they have approached all this?
Well, JN, you stay sexy, buddy. Looking forward to hearing your feedback.
Yeah,
Love you, bud.
Good way to start the Halloween season.
Yeah.